That's just kind of an awareness issue that the Vikings should look to fix for the rest of this ball game. This week in concussion protocol, it is not diagnosed a concussion as an excuse to number 27 from the 16-yard line of the Vikings. Pass was intended, was there for him. He just couldn't haul it in. Little again stiff arms the defender and is brought down for what Coach Hobbs was looking for. To punt for the Vikings is Nathan Hale, a freshman lineman. Let's see what kind of leg this kid has. Back deep to receive is Haviland, and about ball game. Humboldt is going to get their first career start. Is number 30 brought down a second about 14. What Coach Wyrick was looking for. Carry right up the gut, about the line yard short of the first down. This Cubs offense to down by about 3 or 4 yards. Mark it at the 22 yards to the left, single line of scrimmage, and throw a pass on the play. Renato. High Cubs. And Goodner out this evening. But more than likely we will see will be good. That'll bring kickoff. We're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio for a 30-second timeout. Welcome back to Cubs football here, and Haviland is set to kick. The kick is going to go to the left side once again, fielded at about the 16, 17-yard line. Returner makes one guy miss. Ball is out. Cubs recover. Ball will be recovered at the 29-yard line of the Vikings. Some wet conditions and they're going to mark the ball at the 19-yard line. Excuse me, 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Cubs ball. 7:47 remaining in the first quarter. Looking to get on the board once again. Dropped by the intended receiver, Kyler Allen. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cubs. Get injured. Nonetheless, Pistons for the Cubs. Out. Then get conversion. 16-0 Cubs. Arma is back deep. Tick for the Cubs. Reception for the Cubs. Here is it on the board. So it's going to be 2nd and 13 from the Arma 23-yard line for Humboldt's offense. Juggled snap, pass to the right, almost intercepted. Solid defensive effort for the Vikings, number 32.
That was Logan Jenkins, number 32.
Logan Jenkins once again on the play for the Vikings. Almost had himself an interception. Pass was intended for Connor Haviland. Once again, not a very bad pass, just really solid coverage. Jenkins kind of snuffed that one out and kind of snuck his way in there. It is going to be a quarterback run on a read option. Coronado's going to make a few miss and run over a man for the Vikings.
Down to the 10-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 1 for the Cubs.
That'll bring up a 4th and for the Cubs offense. We'll see what they go ahead and do here. I would think it would be a handoff to Connor Haviland. He is going to dive for the end zone. Did he get it? They are going to call touchdown. Connor Haviland with score number 3, a hat trick. About an 11 or 10-yard touchdown run for Connor Haviland. He's already got High snap. Coronado lost the ball. It'll be recovered by the Vikings. 2-point conversion, no good for the Cubs. Sloppy conditions out here make for sloppy play, and that'll make things a little bit interesting. 22-0. .98.5 FM, 1460 AM KKY, 2-0. Haviland is set to kick. Will take 15 yards for the Cubs. Alton Reed 5 takes the pass yard. The static and the pass quickly. Kings 4th and 7. Hunt Arma 4. Welcome back to Cubs football here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM KKOY. The Humboldt Cubs are currently leading the Northeast Arma Vikings 22 ball game, 1st and 10 inside of Arma territory. Full house pistol formation for the Cubs. Handoff up the middle as Haviland. He makes a couple guys miss, breaks a few tackles, and gets about a 9-yard carry on the play. He's going to be brought down about half a yard short of the first down. I believe we have a new quarterback in the game for the Cubs, replacing Isaiah Coronado. Seen some playing time, I believe, last week against Riverton, if I'm not mistaken, or the week before against Erie. Can't quite remember. Shotgun formation. Page takes a good snap, hands off to the left. Kyler Allen on the carry, directs some blocks, gets the edge, bringing some guys with him. He's going to be down at about the 11-yard line. There is a flag on the play, more than likely going to be holding against the Cubs. 27-yard line, it is going to be holding against the Cubs. Should mark them back to about the 37-yard line. Officials to officially mark the ball. They're walking it from the 27. Ball is placed at the 37. Ball is placed on the far right hash mark. Still formation for Page. Now the 15 minutes for the 20 by number 32. He had a lane to the left and couldn't quite cut it back. It's going to be brought down at the 33-yard line. Credit him with a 13-yard return on the play.
Logan Jenkins on the return, and he's brought down by number 52, Reed Barnett.
Logan Jenkins on the return. For how small Jenkins is, he's a pretty decent impact player for the Vikings so far, almost having an interception, a couple solid tackles, and being the main return man up to this point. Arma's offense is going to come out quarterback under center, empty backfield. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and he's actually going to get a little bit of positive yardage. Number 22 is the quarterback this evening, Carter Dugan, sophomore quarterback. Decent size for a high school quarterback in the area. Not too big, not too small. Looks like he could be fairly quick. Listed at 5'11", 160. Pistol formation for the Vikings. Twin receivers to the right. Single receiver to the left. Good snap. It's going to be a quarterback run to the right edge. Option pass. He's going to pass it downfield, and it's going to be intercepted by Taryn Johnson. That was a lame duck on that play. Johnson reverses field and is going to be brought down right about midfield. Johnson was no doubt trying to get into the end zone on the play. Boswell, the intended receiver for the Vikings. Dugan's pass was about 10 yards short of his intended receiver. I wonder if the cold conditions have anything to do with that this evening. Nonetheless, the Cubs are going to take over 1st and 10 once again in Northeast Arma Viking territory. at the 49-yard line. A new receiver in the ballgame for the Cubs we've noticed this evening is number 32, Kyle Humboldt. He doesn't play a whole heck of a lot of offense. We're going to have motion right. Kyler Allen's going to take a jet sweep handoff for the Cubs. He's going to break a couple tackles and get close to the first down marker. That play was almost called back for a block in the back, but I guess the ref didn't quite see it on the perimeter there. Humboldt on the block, and probably should have been a penalty, but it's not. They're going to go ahead and call it a first down. First and 10 Cubs from the 38-yard line. 11-yard run on the play for Allen. Clock continues. We're at about 1:25 remaining in the first quarter. Cubs still lead 30-0. Shotgun formation. Haviland is now the quarterback. Jet sweep fake to Allen. Haviland's going to take it to the left, cut it back upfield, try and make a man miss. He achieves that goal. Down the left sideline, Haviland is in for his 5th rushing touchdown of the evening. Wow. 38 yards. Good job directing traffic for Connor Haviland. The score is now 36-0 here in the first quarter. 1:05 remaining in the quarter.
Haviland going in for yet another touchdown.
We have a player down on the sideline. Looks like a Cubs player. Cannot see who it is. It's all the way across the field, but players are taking a knee while the injured player is attended to. Let's go ahead and send it back to the station for a 30-second timeout while the injured player is attended to. We'll be right back here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM, KKOY. On the far sideline, couldn't really tell who it was. It was actually a Northeast Arma player, number 82, Jasper Atchison, junior receiver. Trying to keep some weight off of one of his legs. Can't really tell which, but is being helped off of the field. We were afraid of seeing something like this with how undersized the Vikings are against this Cubs line. The Cubs line has got to outweigh the Vikings line by at least 60 pounds across the board. And that's player versus player. That's not total weight. Cubs are going to be going for 2 here as Connor Haviland got his 5th rushing touchdown of the evening. Haviland is now the quarterback. Handoff to number 15 for the Cubs is Cooper Jaro on the carry. He was not able to get into the end zone to complete the 2-point conversion try. That'll bring up a kickoff situation here. Let's go ahead and send it back to the studio while we wait on the kickoff. 30 seconds. We'll be right back here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM, KKOY. Welcome back to Cubs football here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM, KKOY. Connor Haviland is set to kick off for the Cubs. Back deep to receive is Logan Jenkins and Nathan Boswell. It is going to be a bad kick and is going to bounce out of bounds on the left side at the 30-yard line. That's going to set up the Vikings with better field position here as an illegal procedure call. 1:05 remaining here in the first quarter. The Cubs lead the Vikings 36-0. That'll mark the ball at the Northeast Arma 35-yard line. Arma still trying to get some momentum going on offense. They've looked kind of sluggish this evening and just kind of all over the place with the play calling. Northeast will come out under center. Fullback is number 27, Thomas Chronister. It is going to be a handoff to Chronister, and he's going to gain about a yard on the play. Number 70 on the tackle for the Cubs. Joseph Froggatt, junior D lineman, as the rest of the D line group for the Cubs was giving him some high fives and pats on the helmet, trying to hype him up. Single receiver to each side, pistol formation for the Vikings. It is going to be a handoff to number 5. He's going to try and get the edge, and Cooper J. Rose going to hit him in the backfield almost. That might be a no gain on the play. They're actually going to call it a loss of 1. Back to the 35-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. And that'll probably bring us to the end of the first quarter here. It will indeed. Cubs lead 36-0 over the Northeast Arma Vikings here in Arma, Kansas. While we go through the intermission between quarters, let's go ahead and send it back to the studio for a 2-minute break. We'll be right back here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM, KKOY.
Slipping in front. The moving pass is Reed Barnett again. That's interception tackled by Nathan Boswell, number 5. And that's going to bring up a first down for the Cubs. So I'm going to mark it down at the near the Viking 31-yard line, just outside of.
Welcome back to Cubs football here in Arma, Kansas. While we were away, they took no time getting to the start of the second quarter. On the first play of the quarter, Northeast Arma quarterback threw an interception to Reed Barnett, who took it to about the 35 or so yard line, I would believe. I think they actually marked it right around the 32-yard line of Northeast Arma. And then the following play, Humboldt came out with a pass play. Good pressure off the right edge by the Arma defense, and Coronado avoided a sack. On this play, Coronado tried to pass out to the right on another bubble screen. He's going to stiff arm a defender, and is going to get called for an offensive face mask, I believe.
Cornell on that last carry. We have a flag on it.
It was a 2nd and 4 play. Face mask against the Cubs is the call.
Personal foul called against the Cubs, grasping the face mask. It's going to cost them 15, moves the ball back.
They're going to mark it probably at about the 41-yard line. They're going to push it back to the 42-yard line.
That's going to bring up a 2nd down, about 22.
That'll be 2nd and 22 for the Cubs offense on the play. Face mask penalty definitely costing the Cubs on that play. Single receiver to the left for the Cubs, twin receivers to the right. Pistol formation. Hurst in the H-back position. Haviland the tailback still. It is going to be a handoff to Haviland. He is going to go up the middle and be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Haviland on the carry.
About 12 yards on the carry. Should bring up about a 3rd and, let's see here.
Down to the 35-yard line. We'll bring up a 2nd down and a long 14.
Be 3rd and 14 on the play for the Cubs. The running game has been working wonders this evening. I actually wouldn't be surprised if they try it once again. Pistol formation, trips receivers to the left. It'll be a handoff to Haviland to the left. He's going to bounce it outside, stiff arm a defender, and is going to be brought down right about the 29-yard line. They're actually going to mark it a yard behind that at the 30. That'll bring up 4th down for the first time this evening for the Cubs. Be 4th and 9. Let's see what Coach Wyrick decides to do. Looks like they're going to go for it. Coronado stays in the ball game. Haviland in the backfield, twin receivers right, single receiver to the left, tight end on the right side of the formation. Speed option to the right. Coronado's going to pitch it to Haviland, and he is going to be breaking a tackle. 1st down, Haviland. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Cubs. Excellent job by Connor Haviland all evening on breaking arm tackles on the carries. That's going to bring the score to 42-0. 9:25 remaining here in the first half of the ball game. That is Haviland's 6th touchdown of the evening. Another 30-yard plus carry. That one is exactly 30. I believe he's had 2 or 3 others of his 6 that were 30 yards plus. Humboldt will go for 2. It is going to be a fake handoff read option. Coronado will walk into the end zone. Very good read. 2-point conversion is good. That'll bring the score to 44-0 in favor of the Cubs over the Vikings. While we approach kickoff, let's send it back to the studio for a 30-second timeout. We will be right back here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM, KKOY. Welcome back to Cubs football here as the Humboldt Cubs are leading the Northeast Arma Vikings 44-0. Here at the top of the second quarter, we're only about 2.5 minutes into the quarter. 9:25 remaining in the first half. Connor Haviland has scored every single touchdown for the Cubs offense this evening. The Vikings have thrown 2 interceptions. Taryn Johnson and Reed Barnett. 3 interceptions, I believe, actually. We're going to have a squib kick that's going to be taken down.
Ball recovered by
32-yard line. The Cubs are going to recover it, and they're going to say it is Cubs ball. They're going to say the Vikings touched the ball, and it's going to be the Humboldt offense coming back out onto the field. We're going to have another switch at quarterback, somewhat a familiar face. Gavin Page, the freshman, is going to step in at quarterback, trying to get him some more playing time so he's familiar with varsity defenses. They're going to line up in a pistol full house formation. It is going to be a handoff to Haviland up the middle. He's going to shake a couple defenders. He's on his way to another score. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, Connor Haviland. Touchdown number 7. Wow. That brings the score to 50-0. Connor Haviland is having himself a night, folks. That one was another 30-plus yarder. It was at the 32-yard line, I believe. Cubs will go for 2 once again. Page still in the game at quarterback. It is going to be a read option play, handoff to Haviland, and he is going to be brought down. No good on the 2-point try. Well, that brings the score to 50-0, 9:17 remaining here in the first half. We'll go ahead and send it back to the studio for a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM, KKOY. Welcome back to Cubs football. Here is the Cubs are leading the Northeast Arma Vikings 50-0. We are awaiting kickoff. We have a new kicker in the game for the Cubs. Let's see who it is.
I'm not sure if this is Duncan kicking off. I didn't mispronounce that name.
Ethan Depke on the kick for the Cubs. It is fielded right about the 30-yard line, and he's going to get about 6 or 7 yards on the return. Decent kick by Depke on the play. Probably went about 30 or 40 yards. Probably 30 or so. They're going to mark the ball at the 35. 1st and 10. 9 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the first half. Pistol formation once again for the Vikings. Motion right, handoff right, and he is going to be decked at the backfield for a loss of 4 on the play.
On the carry, one of the first contacts made out there by Frogate.
I believe it was number 24 on the carry. Maybe not.
Lawson last play was about 4, 2nd down, 14.
Not sure who the carry was. Maybe Daniel Bach, number 14. I believe that's who it was. So loss of 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 14. Next play, good snap. Pass to the left, caught. Number 24 on the reception. Tries to make a couple guys miss. He's going to gain a couple yards back.
Daniel Bach on the reception.
I believe that's only the 2nd completed pass of the evening for the Vikings. Froggatt on the tackle. Third and 11 after a gain of 3 on the play for the Vikings offense. Pistol formation once again. Pass play once again. Looking right, passes right, has a man, and almost caught, but almost intercepted. Good defensive play by Taryn Johnson on the play. Got a hand up to break up the pass intended for Boswell. That'll be 4th and 11 for the Vikings here on their own 33-yard line. Another punting situation. Number 55, Hunter Jackson, the punter for the Vikings. Back deep to receive is Taryn Johnson. High snap, barely got the punt away. It is a spiral, and it is fielded at midfield right on the 50-yard line. Cooper J-Rowe on the return. Cubs are going to take over on offense right at midfield. 7:38 remaining here in the first half. The Cubs lead 50-0 still. Score update, St. Paul leads Chetopa 34-16 in the second quarter. Pistol formation once again for the Cubs. Page back in the game at quarterback. He's going to run it, and he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good effort by Page.
First contact made out there for the Vikings by number 72, Gage Conister.
Conister on the tackle. New Conister, Gage Conister, defensive lineman. I like seeing Coach Wyrick give Gavin Page a little bit more time at quarterback here. The freshman probably works hard at practice every day and deserves some varsity playing time. Shotgun formation, tailback to each side. It's going to be a handoff to Allen to the right. He's got a lane. Allen has cut back to the left. He's got one man to beat who takes a very good angle, and Allen is brought down inside the 5. Kyler Allen with a 47 or 8-yard run on the play. Very, very, very good effort by the Vikings defensive back. There is a flag on the play. That's going to bring that one all the way back. Flag is placed at the Arma 48-yard line. So that's going to push him back 10 yards from there. So that's going to take it to the 42-yard line. .642 remaining here in the first half. Cubs take the ball 2nd and 19 from their own 41-yard line. Pistol formation. Page still in the game. It's going to be a handoff to Cooper J-Rowe. He's got some speed. He's trying to outrun a man on the sideline. Another flag on the play, but Cooper J-Rowe is in the end zone if it stands. I don't imagine it will.
Another fine run by the Cubs, but this one, there's a flag down on the play.
There's been some amazing blocking by the Cubs offensive line and perimeter receivers tonight. Cooper J-Rowe should have himself a touchdown, but we'll see what the penalty does for the Cubs. Say it does 4, but it might do 2.
Another fine run by the Cubs is going to be brought back.
It will be brought back once again. Holding call against the Cubs. That is the 4th or 5th holding call of the evening.
Mark off in the spot of the foul. It's going to put the ball at the 47-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and 7.
Holding call was downfield right around the first down marker or a little past. So that'll bring up a second down and 7. So they did end up gaining 10 yards on the play, even though there was a holding penalty. Is trips receivers to the left. Shotgun formation for Page, more than likely a bubble screen. Bad snap on the play, picked up by the Cubs. They like to run that play where they fake a bad snap, but that's like the second or third time this season where they've actually had a bad snap.
That's going to bring up a third down for the Cubs. Ball's going to be marked back, it looks like about the 47-yard line. Let me just repeat, that's a 48-yard line. It's going to bring up a third down and 12.
That'll be a 3rd and 12 coming up from the 48-yard line for the Cubs. 4:20 remaining here in the first half. Same formation once again for the Cubs. Trip receivers to the left. Pistol formation. Gavin Page, a quarterback. It's going to be a speed option to the left. He barely gets the pitch away. Cooper J-Ro takes the pitch. Is going to try and make a man miss, and he's going to be brought down well short of the first down. There is a flag on the play. I believe they're going to call a penalty on the Cubs, but I do not agree with that one. Certain play. This might make up for the one earlier in the ball game, though. It'll be a block in the back call against number 32 for the Cubs. Number 32 is Kyle Humboldt, junior receiver, defensive back.
Okay, now we're getting the mark off. It'll be third down again once they put the ball in play at the just inside the.
That'll mark it 10 yards back from the previous spot. That'll mark it at the 38-yard line. They need to get to the other side of the field's 40. So that's 3rd and 22.
Third down, almost 23 yards. And we have a timeout on the field.
Timeout called on the field. 1460 AM KKOY. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in half. The Cubs are currently at 3rd and 22 from their own 38-yard line, needing to get to the Northeast Arma 40-yard line to pick up the first down. With senior quarterback Dagan Goodner out of this ball game, never even played in it. Concussion protocol, we have Gavin Page at quarterback for the Cubs. Back out to the right side. He might outrun everybody. He has Taryn Johnson on the outside, tries to lend a hand blocking. Tucker Hurst is in the end zone for the touchdown. Gavin Page with a, 62-yard passing touchdown for the freshman. He barely snuck that throw in there. Solid pass. 56-0 is now the score. 3:23 remaining here in the first half with the clock still ticking. Not sure if we can actually do that in the first half, but we are. Cubs will more than likely go for 2 once again. We'll see what they decide to do. They only have 13 seconds on the clock. They better hurry to the line and get it off. Wonder if the freshman Page is aware of the play clock. It's down to 3. They need to get it off. They're going to have to call a timeout or get flagged. They'll be trying the 2-point conversion from about the 8-yard line to 2:20. Humboldt is back to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation, twin receivers left, single receiver to the right. It's going to be a pass. Has a receiver. It is intercepted. Two-point conversion, no good. I almost want to say that he could have ran that one back for a couple of points, but I suppose not.
Vikings interception does stop.
56-0 will remain the score for Humboldt. 150 remaining here in the first half. Let's send it back to the studio for a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM KKOY.
Chocolate or coffee or hot dog or... And be ready to check your tickets on the 50-50 pot.
Northeast Arma Vikings 56-0, just under 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Ethan Depke set to kick it off for the Cubs. It will be taken at about the 30-yard line. Decent return. There is a flag on the play, though. Number 16 on the return for the Vikings. That is Kenneth Atchison. There's going to be a flag against the Vikings. Come up probably, I believe the penalty is 15 yards. It is marked at the 39-yard ball from their own 29-yard line. Trying to get something going here on offense before the half. Have some sort of momentum going into the locker room. Pistol formation. Good snap. Handoff up the middle. And he's going to be taken down for about a yard or two loss. Number 70, Fraga, the Vikings. Is going to gain a couple of yards on the play. Not a bad run. One of the better ones we've seen this evening for the Vikings offense. Nathan Boswell on the carry. He's listed at 6'1", 150. Kind of a beanpole out there, but one of their more physically intimidating players, if you will. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Vikings offense here. We are getting close to halftime, about 20 seconds remaining. Got to be aware of the clock. They're going to split 2 receivers out wide. Pistol formation. It'll be a handoff once again. Number 27 on the carry, and he's getting a couple extra positive yards. 5 seconds remaining in the half, and that will bring us to the half. Speed Hepker on the tackle for the Cubs on that play. Well, as we get to halftime, we'll have a 15-minute intermission. Cubs lead 56-0 over the Northeast Arma Vikings. I imagine we will see a running clock for the entire second half, so we may be out of here a little bit early this evening. While we wait, we're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio for the 15-minute break. We're going to play some more classic country for you, and we'll be right back here afterwards to cover the second half of Humboldt Cubs here in Arma, Kansas. We will see you in 15 minutes here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM KKOY.
2, 9, 1, 3, 4, 4. You got that ticket? Bring it to the press box.
You could say that. Dude, Connor Haviland has been a beast tonight. At 7. Yeah, he's got 7 touchdowns tonight, though. In one half. I guarantee he's got over like 250 yards on the ground. Oh, my Lord. Oh, well, it's freezing. I'm going to go get me some coffee from the concession stand so I can warm the heck up. My toes are about to fall off. All right, back here in a little bit. All right, later. Still there? All right, go ahead and send her back on. It is going to be an onside kick covered by the Cubs right about. It was recovered by a number 82 for the Cubs. Receiving end on the kick was Trenton Heisler, sophomore for the Cubs. On the kick was Jasper Atchison. Cubs ball 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Cubs lead 56-0. We will more than likely have a running clock for the second half. 11:20 remaining and ticking. Deep in the back, 3-yard loss on the play is what they're going to call it. It is holding against the Cubs. That'll back them up about 10 yards from the previous line of scrimmage.
Penalty's been declined. There's a loss on that play. The ball is back to the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up a second down and about 13.
I guess it was a holding call that was far down the field, possibly. They're going to mark the ball at the 45-yard line. It's only backed them up 3 yards. It's kind of a strange call. Anyways, it'll be 2nd and 13 Cubs on their own 45-yard line. Pistol formation, twin receivers to the left, single receiver to the right. J-Row takes the handoff, cuts it back up the middle, and is going to gain about 7 or so yards. No, they're going to mark him back even farther behind, maybe a 5-yard gain. That'll put him right back the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. They're going to call it a gain of 3. Pistol formation once again for the Cubs. Trip receivers to the right. It's going to be a speed option to the right. Coronado is going to keep it. He is going to cut upfield and is almost to the first down marker. He's going to be about a yard short. It's going to be 4th down for the Cubs. Coach Wyrick's going to have a decision to make. Does he punt it up 56, or does he go for it and try to pick up the first down on short yardage? Needing to get to the 42-yard line, maybe the 43. I'm going to say the 42, and their ball is spotted at the 43.5-yard line. Pistol formation once again for the Cubs. They are going to go for it. Twin receivers to the left, single to the right. It'll be a handoff up the middle to Cooper J-Row. He's going to bounce it out to the outside. He has got some speed, and Cooper J-Row is gone. Touchdown, Cubs. "43 yards to the house." Cooper J-Row turned on the Jets on that one. 62-0 is now the score. The Cubs are going to go for 2, I would assume here. That's what they've been doing most of the time. The Cubs will go for 2 here. Coronado stays in the at quarterback. Twin receivers to the right, shotgun formation. Single receiver to the left. It is going to be a handoff to the right, and they're going to get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It looked like number 18, Briar Orth, on the carry. I do believe that's who it was on the carry. That'll bring the score to 64-0. 7 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter and ticking. While we approach kickoff, let's send it back to the studio for a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back here on 98.5 FM, 1460 AM, KKOY.